welcome back to my 5-day spring cleaning challenge where we're learning how to reduce our toxic load in our homes. I'm Cindy LeBlanc-Richard and thank you for coming back today. And I'm wondering if you found all of the hidden toxins in your cabinets last night for your homework. Yeah, there's a lot, isn't there? So today we're actually going to talk a little bit about those particular items and how they affect us aromatically and how toxins affect us aromatically when we breathe them in the air, right? And so inside our homes is even worse, especially during the winter. And that's why spring is great. We can't wait to open up the windows and get cleaning. And we're opening up the windows really to release all this must and dust and stagnant air. And then we're just cleaning our houses with a bunch of chemicals, right? So we're here today to try to fix that and try to change those habits one little thing at a time. So when we talk about aromatically, one thing in particular that I think about is definitely candles. Candles are extremely toxic. Most candles that we pay, and they're expensive, huh? Have you ever gone to those candle factories? And the whole idea of going there now just makes me cringe, knowing the reality of it, because the scents were just so overwhelming. But in reality, those very expensive fancy candles that we spend sometimes $35, $40 on are literally killing us. And then of course too, when you're talking about candles, there's so many options too. They make great gifts, but if you make all natural candles, there's beeswax. And I get all my stuff on Amazon. It's so easy to find these products. But beeswax or soy, there's a lot of candle companies out there now too making essential oils and natural candles. So definitely if you are a candle person, try to look for those more natural products. It makes all the difference in the world. They make great gifts too. You can just buy these products, make your own candles with a little bit of beeswax, soy wax, and essential oils and a wick. You can use jelly jars, you can use mason jars, and throw a little raffia on those, or some twine and some ribbon, or a place card that you've handmade, and boom, you have a homemade gift. And you can put dried herbs and flowers in them. So you can be very creative too when it comes to the utilization. And then definitely air fresheners, all-purpose cleaning solutions, toilet cleaners, tub cleaners, those kind of things. Very, very toxic. And I don't know about you, but I wear gloves a lot in the food industry, in fact, constantly. But when I was home in my personal space and I was cleaning, I really didn't wear gloves all the time. I would sometimes clean the tub and then take a shower, or I would clean, definitely the toilet, but I was exposing myself a lot of times, not just aromatically to these chemicals, but topically through my skin. So then, like, all-purpose cleaning solution. I'm not supposed to say that word. I didn't say that word. The stuff that begins with an F. I'm gonna bleep that out. But anyway, there's the very popular name brand air freshener. We all know what it is. It begins with an F. It's the F word. I know it's the F word. So this stuff's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in everything, is it not? It's now in laundry detergent. It's in car air fresheners. It's in clothing spray. It's in material spray. It's in everything. It seems like it's in everything. Everything's F word flavored. And companies don't always necessarily have to tell you what's in these products. There's a lot of corporate leeway out there, and it's definitely not in our favor most of the time. So the company lists, I think, 3 ingredients. There's a little more than 3 ingredients in there, and it was tested and found to have 87 different chemicals in every flavor that you could ever imagine. And some of these were known neurotoxins, immunotoxins, carcinogens. Some were known to cause reproductive toxicity. So it's really, it's a volatile situation. We're really uneducated, and we're not informed. We're not properly informed, that's for sure. So when we talk about these air sprays, it's so easy to make your own, and we do it with essential oils. And the great thing about essential oils is, you know, these compounds from plants actually have abilities. And I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a scientist, and you know, I'm not supposed to say certain words, right? I'm supposed to be compliant. But I don't have to say that they're anything more than they are. They're natural compounds, aromatic compounds from plants. They're strong, they're concentrated, they're powerful. They're there to protect the plants in general, so they have their own abilities. And some of them really do great things. So, for instance, like tea tree oil, which is known as melaleuca oil, this oil kills mold. It's known to kill mold. You can find it, you can look it up. I'm not lying. And it's really great stuff. So you could put this in a spray. I put this in a spray with a little bit of distilled water and some vinegar and some tea tree oil, maybe some hydrogen peroxide, all natural things that we find in our home. Vinegar, and careful with the vinegar and the baking soda. Remember that it's going to make a reaction. So do it in the sink. And you know, a few drops of tea tree essential oil, and I use that to spray my shower curtain in between changes. That's one thing that I change often, is the interior shower curtain in the shower. So this is great, and I added a lot to my all-purpose sprays. So when we talk about cleaning, we can talk about melaleuca. Definitely we can talk about lemon. Lemon is an incredible oil to clean with. Lemon flavored everything in chemical products. Really, we all know how great lemon is. It's a detoxifier. It's a natural detoxifier. So lemon is super duper. In fact, the other day I had an eye pencil makeup, and I sharpened it with one of those little sharpeners, and the tip fell out. And, you know, I emptied it in the trash or whatever, and I thought that I got it all, but I didn't. And one of those little pieces of black chalk makeup had fallen on my white floor, and I was trailing it all over the house. And so I had black smears all over the place, and we finally see it, and I finally figure out that it's me. And so we start to try to clean it up. And so we're just taking a cloth with water. My husband's taking a cloth with water, and he's down there and he's smearing it all over. And so now it's just a big black smear. And so I said, oh, wait, hold on a minute. And we went and got the lemon oil, and I put one drop on each. I had tracked it all over the house. Now there's black smears all over the house. So I put like one drop on each little black smear, and he went over and boom, gone, up like that. And I feel the same way about tea tree oil. I use that a lot when I clean my floors. And that's definitely a place where we are breathing in these toxic fumes. And a lot of people use bleach. So this is a great replacement. So any citrus oil really is great for cleaning. And when it comes to air sprays, you can buy a reusable glass bottle. I actually found a metal bottle at the dollar store. I won't use this forever. I'm not using it on my body. I don't necessarily prefer aluminum for anything that we would ingest, but because I'm spraying it in the air, this is no bother. So, or I'll just reuse bottles that I have, that I've had. There's also small bottles. Glass bottles come in all shapes and sizes. So you can make a little bottle to have in your car. You can make a big bottle to use in the house. You can make a few different flavors of bottles. One you use for your couches and your chairs. The only thing I want to say about that is when you're thinking lemon oil and you're thinking inside your home, keep in mind that lemon oil is extremely toxic to cats. So Whether you're using it aromatically, it's okay. It's not going to hurt them. Always allow your animals space to leave the room and go somewhere else. They'll let you know if they don't like something. But in the case of lemon and citrus oils specifically, if you're going to make a spray and be spraying it all over your furniture, you might want to think twice about using the specific citrus oils on anything that your cat may lay on, clean on, sleep on. So you don't want to be spraying the cat bed with a bunch of lemon oil, because that cat's going to lay on that lemon oil. It's going to go through its skin. It's going to lick its fur. So it's going to ingest that, and it can be extremely toxic for cats. So you want to try to pick different oils, right? We also have a Purify oil, and another wonderful, wonderful oil that doTERRA offers is On Guard. And this is our protective blend. Basically, it is our immunity oil. This is what I love to use when people are sick around me, okay? It's got lemon, and it's got eucalyptus, and it's got peppermint, and orange, and it's got clove oil. It's a great, it's one of the most popular oils out there. It's so multi-purpose, and there's actually a whole line of On Guard products that are available. So that's a great one to use too. So there's so many. That's the beauty of essential oils. So another trick with tea tree, bugs hate tea tree and bugs hate peppermint. And so if you're using that as a spray, black pepper too is one. Ants hate it. So you can make these sprays and you can spray in the corners of your houses. Peppermint is one. A cool thing about peppermint is even mice hate peppermint. So if you, like, we're in, we have woods behind us, we have farmland behind us, we have hay, we have the ocean, so, and it's sandy, and it's more of a cottagey type area. So a lot of people deal with mice. They're always looking for a place to go into. So peppermint, you can literally put this on little cotton rounds or cotton balls and hide them in the crevices of your corners of your house, or in the basement where they might be finding entry, or in your attic, wherever, your shed, wherever you might be having an issue. So that's a good one too. And so when it comes to cleaning, and there's so many tricks around the house for essential oils that benefit us, and then we get the benefit of the aromatherapy that the oils also give us, which we'll talk about in a little bit too. And so when we talk about the all-purpose cleaning spray, you can do the same thing. And what I like to add a lot of times is just plain old baking soda. We buy baking soda like it's going out of style. We use it so much. It's wonderful. I use it to scrub my tub. I use it to clean my oven. If I want to clean my oven, if you don't have self-cleaning oven, which I don't, I'll just spoon on some baking soda. And then I'll pick an essential oil like lemon or tea tree, or maybe a combination of the two. And I'll put a drop into those little spots of baking soda, and then I'll get a spray bottle and I'll fill it up with some vinegar and water, and I'll spray it. And it'll fizz out, and it'll start doing its chemical reaction, natural chemical reaction. And then I can just wipe it out. And the thing about that, the beauty about that, when you use those oven cleaners, they are absolutely toxic. Toxic is the best word. And we use these sprays, and not only do we go in there and stick our whole body into the oven and clean it out, but we never get it all. It's just the way that it is. It's the law of the universe. We never get all of the oven cleaner out of the oven. And then what happens is we use that oven. We turn it on and we cook food in there, and you can smell it. You know what I'm talking about. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Everybody does. It ain't just me. So what's happening is we're actually cooking those chemicals into our food. So it's a never-ending process. At least with this, I can't say that I get it all. Same. I do my best job. But at least I know that when I'm cooking my food, I am not cooking chemicals into my food. It's baking soda. We add baking soda to our cookies and our baked goods. That's what it's meant for. And vinegar. No worries, right? And essential oils, completely natural. You can ingest them if you wanted to. They're not going to kill you. Don't drink a bottle. We'll get to that later in the week, but I kind of got off kilter there. So when it comes to cleaning sprays, when it comes to material sprays, I definitely make a spray with some baking soda because it pulls all those odors out, and then you can vacuum, and you can vacuum your material afterwards. If you just have a dry spot, definitely you could just do baking soda that has some essential oils, and you can shake that on there. You can use it for your carpet cleaner. So a lot of times I use reusable jars. I find them all over the place. In the restaurant industry, I'm lucky enough, like when I get pickles and whatnot, I even get gallon ones. So I definitely have these. There are so many other things you can use, right? There are big ones, big small ones. I also have ones, I use them for tea, but they sell them with the reclosable flaps on them, so you can find these in all sizes. And they're reusable. You buy it once. You're not paying for packaging, which is exactly what's happening every time we go to a store. We're paying for packaging and a bunch of chemicals that are making us sick. So all-purpose spray, a basic recipe. It's so simple. It really is not rocket science. It doesn't have to be perfect either. But some baking soda and vinegar, remember the reaction, always makes a mess, do it in the sink. Hydrogen peroxide is great, but be careful, it does discolor things. So you're thinking baking soda and vinegar and essential oils and water, distilled water. Those are basic ingredients for any really multi-purpose job that you might have cleaning around your home. Okay, so those are the basics when it comes to cleaning products. And so when we talk about putting scents into the air, especially when we talk about essential oils, they have so much benefit. So the best way to do that I find, is through diffusing. So this is a diffuser. There's many ways to use essential oils aromatically. But this is a diffuser, and this works with water. So there's a little level button in here that's red, and so you put the water in there, and then you add your favorite essential oils. And essential oils are actually proven to clean the air. They actually clean the air. They clean the germs. And so going back to air fresheners don't clean the air. They claim to clean the air. They claim to hang on to particles, and then the particles disappear. And well, that's really just not how it works. So the particles don't disappear. The germs don't disappear. It's just that you can't smell them anymore, and you're inhaling all of these chemicals. So when we diffuse essential oils in the air, we actually are cleaning the air. So these aromatic compounds from the plants are literally bursting germs. They are cleaning the air. There's tons of research on it. You can look it up, but it's not a farcity. I'm not claiming something that's not true. They really have been proven to clean our air. And so that's wonderful all in itself. Not to mention the fact that each essential oil has its own benefits. And so when we're breathing in essential oils, or anything for that matter, we breathe it in, and it goes through our nasal passages and through our olfactory system up into the limbic system of our brain, which is the limbic center of our brain, is where it's all the activity for emotions, productivity, mood, everything that directly controls our emotional state. So that being said, it's very important to think about how the toxins might be affecting this particular system and how sensitive it is in reality. But essential oils have wonderful compounds, and they all, depending on the essential oil that you're using, you can definitely go and look it up for yourself. There's over 300 articles in PubMed about the benefits of essential oils and mood and sleep, how they can help us sleep. And so each oil has its own benefit, and exactly in that order. So there are oils that help us feel more energized. It's been known that to help in like a quicker, deeper sleep. It's in calming mood, in relaxation. So there's so many wonderful benefits to essential oils. In fact, that's for the most part when people approach me about wanting to know more about essential oils, it's always because they want a little bit of assistance in that area with mood and energy and what have you. So this is a home diffuser, and then there are diffusers. So, and this is a necklace, which is also a diffuser. And then there are portable diffusers that you can use in your car, which is always has stagnant and stinky feet and smells like that. Or if you happen to be traveling, you can bring it and use it in a hotel room, which always tends to have, you never know, air in it, amongst other things. So it's not a bad idea. I actually bring my diffuser and my oils with us when we travel. I'm a little addicted to it. So also, there's no potential of fire with this. You know, there's no open flame. I get it. I really do like candles. I like the light. So a lot of diffusers have lights as well, and they make them for children. They come in all different shapes and sizes. And also too, if you really, really like candles or you're looking for that effect, we actually bought from Amazon these LED candle, these little tea lights. We bought them for our wedding. And that was 2 years ago. 2 years ago? 2 years ago. And we use them all the time. We've used them in power outages, we used them in storms, we've used them for other parties, and we keep recycling them, and they seem to last forever. So it's definitely a good buy. I think I paid $100 for like 65 or 70 tea lights. So it really wasn't bad for what you might need them for. So like I said, you know, essential oils have the ability to kill mold. So when you're diffusing, it kills germs. So those same oils that we were talking about before are wonderful oils. So the tea tree, the melaleuca, the on guard, your lemon, your citrus oils. And then when we're talking about mood, you know, you could be talking about peppermint and all citrus oils. All citrus oils are very uplifting. And bergamot and orange. And there's also frankincense. Frankincense is a wonderful oil. We'll be talking more about frankincense throughout the week. But frankincense is a wonderful oil for mood. I'm sure you've heard of frankincense if anybody has ever been to a Catholic Mass. It's the stuff that they shake and it smokes throughout the Mass, and that's frankincense. So we've also heard about it in stories of the Bible, you know, the 3 wise men bringing Jesus the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So basically the gold was money and the frankincense and myrrh were back then their means of medication. And so frankincense is a wonderful oil. It's a very grounding oil. If you do a lot of meditation or you really want to feel settled, that's a wonderful oil. Also, when we're talking about aromatic benefits of essential oils, you can do them in a steam shower. You can throw a couple drops on a cloth at the bottom of the tub where the drain is and allow the warm water to go into the drain, as long as it's not getting plugged up for you. But that's kind of the idea, and you're taking in those aromatic scents throughout your shower. Another great thing too that is known for aromatics and diffusing is that essential oils can also help to break up mucus within our lungs and in our nasal passages. So one great way to use essential oils, we have a woman in our upline. Her name is Lisa Zimmer, and it's Lisa Zimmer and the Oil Dude, and she's on Facebook, and she's great. She's got a wonderful story, and she's just so funny. But she calls it the oil bong, and I always laugh because I'm a self-proclaimed hippie myself, so it's really funny. But so Breathe is a respiratory blend, which is perfect. Which is a perfect oil for when you're talking about aromatherapy or aromatic compounds or breathing. So it's Breathe. In Canada, it's called Easy Air, and from the U.S. warehouse, it's called Breathe. And so this is a great oil. This has peppermint in it and eucalyptus in it, and so to get the benefits of that, so you would do something like this if you felt congestion or something coming on, or you just can't get rid of, or you just need that little extra support. So I just put a drop in my hand, and then I put my hands together, I rub my hands together, and then I cup my hand over the other, and I make kind of like a bong, and you breathe it in. So you start with your mouth or your nose. Even if you can't breathe through your nose, you can do it, and you kind of hold it in, and you can, excuse me, funny. So, excuse me, you can feel it working. You really, really can. Definitely. And I don't even have a cold. And then you could do that through your nose as well. And you would continue to do that until you can't smell it anymore. And of course, you would want to wash your hands. You never want to touch your eyes, or when you've had oils on them. You don't want to be putting oils in your eyes, your ears, or your nose. And so that's another way to use oils in general. You can just cup. So if you're needing that little extra support, or you want a little uplifting scent or a relaxing scent, you can just breathe it right out of your hands. So diffusing is a great way through your hands. Also, you can do a steam bowl. When I've been quite ill, that has definitely helped me out. It helps in general. I remember doing that. I remember my mother making me do that as a kid. So you'd get a glass bowl. We always use glass with essential oils because essential oils are so potent that they literally eat plastic. So you don't want to be using plastic, or definitely you don't want to be ingesting oils out of plastic cups or anything like that. We'll talk about that later. And then there's, of course, jewelry that you can bring with you, so you don't need to carry around literally a diffuser, but there are portable diffusers, as we talked about. And because I'm allergic to perfume, I'm very, very sensitive to scents. Essential oils don't do that. And although, again, there are places where you're just supposed to be scent-free, right? But when it comes, they're not synthetic scents. It's very different. I always get compliments, and I'm never overwhelming that I know of. So there's the necklaces and the steam bowl. So basically the steam bowl, you would do some boiling water and you'd pour it in the bowl, and then you would literally use just 1 to 2 drops of essential oil and blanket yourself with a towel, kind of make like a teepee, and close your eyes because the oils could irritate your eyes. You don't want to just sit there with your eyes open, and you want to breathe in that steam. And that can do wonders when you need it. And you don't have to worry about toxic chemicals or what you don't know about something that you might be using. So that's the basics on aromatically using essential oils and the toxins that we are exposed to aromatically in the air that we breathe. So we've touched on a few oils today. We're going to touch on a few more as we go along. We're going to be talking more about other ways to use essential oils and how to stop using toxic products. And so as we talk about the diffuser, I'm very excited to say that this is going to be the giveaway at the end of the week. And I'm going to be giving that away with a 15 milliliter bottle of On Guard. So I think it's a great giveaway. And so tonight's homework, tell me what your favorite idea is from what we've talked about tonight. You know, are you excited? What recipes are you excited to try? And then I'd really like to know what your favorite scent is in the whole wide world. And so you can message that below in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow with some more information. Thanks. Have a good one.